And I think we can do an awful lot with less. LD1 was passed several years ago. When I first became mayor, I believe it took effect in about '04. When LD1 took effect, like a good law-abiding citizen, I said, that's the law, we have to abide by it. The city of Waterville took out nearly $2 million out of its school budget and gave it back to the taxpayer. And the reason why, it was the law, and we did our best effort to abide by it. Then they come in and they say, let's consolidate. Okay, so now we look at our consolidation. Messalonskee, Winslow, and Waterville, we're going to have an RSU. We take a look at it. Winslow is $1 million above EPS. Messalonski's $2 million above EPS. Waterville was $1 million below EPS. But we had to share 51% of the debt of the rest of them because we were the highest, the largest community in the group. So we elected not to consolidate. And then the state forced us into an AOS. The state turned around and said, you got to go in an AOS or you'll get penalized. So we did go into an AOS, and guess what, folks? We have an AOS that includes Winslow, Waterville, and Vassalboro. And in Vassalboro, we just had a budget, and because they don't have a high school and now they have to share the total cost, their cost of education has gone up. And we have a certain Senate president in this state that voted for consolidation, saying it was the greatest thing in the world, and now she's fighting to get a divorce from us. She wants the divorce from Waterville, and that's Senator Mitchell. She fought for it, and now she realizes it doesn't work. Finally, and my biggest program is going to be the Department of Health and Human Services. I believe that program is really, really bad. And it's really condescending to the people of Maine, and it's actually ruining a lot of our young people. And how's it doing it? Number one, we are a sanctuary state, and the first thing I will do is rip up that executive order and put on one that we're not going to be a sanctuary state. And I assure you, I don't know what they want to call it, whether it's residency, waiting period, or whatever, but you come to Maine, it's going to be 30 days before you get any assistance. You better be able to fend for yourself for the first 30 days. Currently in the state of Maine, there is a law that says that if someone moves from Brewer to Bangor, that Brewer is responsible for the first 30 days of assistance. However, it has not been enforced, I believe, back to Joe Brennan. But since I've been mayor, I have returned people to Caribou, Skowhegan, Rockland, and Lewiston. And all I do is, they want assistance, I call Lewiston. I have one of your residents here, they need general assistance. Will you reimburse us if we provide it? They said no. I took the person in my car, personally drove them to City Hall. You do that a couple times and they get the hint. Now, when I became mayor, we were spending $400,000 a year general assistance. Winslow, Oakland, and Fairfield were spending $70,000 combined. So what did I do? It dawned on me that Winslow would be open 8 to 12 on Tuesday. Oakland was open 8 to 12 on Thursdays. And I'm saying, how come we're spending so much? I know we're a service center, but why are we spending so much? So I came up with the idea that we will close on Tuesday and Thursday. And anyone that comes to City Hall, I do exactly what they've been doing for 25 years. Oh, we're close to there. Go to Winslow. We're close to there. Go to Oakland. This year, folks, our general assistance is down to 120,000. And finally, well, not finally, but the other part of this program is going to be, I want a 5-year lifetime benefit. You can be on general assistance for 5 years, and we will work with you to develop some self-reliance, the responsibility, and your accountability to your family. At the end of 5 years, if you still require general assistance, I will personally pay for a bus ticket to Massachusetts. The biggest flaw of general assistance is we have a young lady that works for us at Martin's. She makes $12.50 an hour. She has not taken a wage increase in 2008. She hasn't taken an increase in 2009, and she's not taken an increase this year. Not because we don't offer it, but her caseworker in Augusta says, you can't take it or you'll lose all your benefits. She has called her ex-husband and said, as much as she hated to do this, she called her ex-husband and said, drop the child support from 130 down to 100 because I'm getting all these benefits, and if that's putting me over the top. Her hours has now dropped from 40 to 25. We need her for 40 hours. We have to go to a temporary agency to fill the spot or to find a part-time person. So what I'm proposing to do is very simply have a 5-step system. You start at the poverty level up to a living wage, and you have 5 steps. When you reach a step, you don't lose all the benefits all at once, because that's a formula for keeping everybody on welfare. What you do is you take 20% away and you encourage them to earn more, work more, and then you let them go to the next level. By the time they reach the 5th level, by the time they reach the 5th level, the living wage, they're off welfare. This program was put into effect in Wisconsin in 1986. In 1986, they had 5.2 million people, 325,000 people on welfare. They put the program in. In addition, they made people on welfare work. You can volunteer in the hospital, you can work in a soup kitchen, you can volunteer at the library, you can go to school and get additional training. But in 2000, in the year 2000, the state of Wisconsin now has 5.7 million people, but only 100,000 people on welfare, and those people are disabled. So we can't have a system that works. We can't have a system that is not corrupt. I come from a family of 18 kids. 16 of my siblings have been on welfare their entire lives. And there's no reason for it, because they're able-bodied people. Maybe not highly educated, but they can do a lot of labor. They can do labor jobs. They could earn a living, but they don't. And what they don't get from the state, they call me and say, oh, I'm the Bank of America here. I'm the rich guy because I worked all my life. Unfortunately, when you have 5 kids and 3 are in college, and you have the tax structure that Maine has, you're a poor man. So, my name is Paul Lepage. I'm running for governor. I'm looking for your support, and I hope that in June 8th, that I could have you vote for Lepage for governor.
Going to take a short recess. Over in that corner, over in the far corner over there, there's a silent auction going on, so if anybody would like to go over there and bid on the items, we appreciate it. And also, are there any other candidates running